Morning, guys. Well, officially looking for all the snow. So let me get this. Shared out. Morning, guys. Well, so get some shares going here real quick. Try to get some more people in. But have a south wind outside still. So the south wind is really prohibiting our snowfall. But if we look in Reading, we have a north wind. So looking around, we have a north wind at about 6 miles an hour up in Reading. But down here in Sacramento, or here in Oroville and Chico, we still have a southeast wind. So that southeast wind is really going to prohibit our snowfall until later on in the morning. So if we go over and look at, hey Brianna, good morning. If we go over and look at our model program, actually, let me turn off the Doppler here. And we'll go into the model. If we look at what's going on right now, as we go on through the morning, the winds eventually switch to the south or to the north. Once that wind switches from the south to the north, the snow levels will drop. So this is about 8 o'clock in the morning. Seeing some pockets of snow right along I-5 near Willows and Corning, right on that edge. If we look, Sutter Buttes, seeing some snow. Oroville, right above Oroville at about 8 o'clock. But by 9 o'clock hour, Orland is seeing snow. Parts like Gridley and Live Oak. With this heavy precip, you can see it's this very heavy rain. You start seeing that snow mixed in with the heaviest precip. In places like Orland and Corning, Chico may not see very much, but you can see the Doppler really picking up on those snow showers with this heavy band of precip right before it leaves the valley. That's when the winds switch from south to north. So that is very key in seeing snowfall, is we need to see that switch between a south wind to a north wind, which is forecasted to happen later on this morning. And then by 10 o'clock, you can see it's just outside of Oroville, still seeing some pockets of snow around Chico and Hamilton City, right outside of Durham. Paradise, still seeing a little bit of snow. It's nothing that's going to stick, especially with how wet it is. I mean, it's pouring outside here in Gridley right now, as it has been for the last couple hours. And then by 11 o'clock in the morning, it's just some light showers mixing in. And by noon, it's still a little bit of light showers in the east end of the valley, but other than that, it's gone. So the best chances that we're going to have for snow is going to be later on in the morning as we get that transition from the south wind to a north wind, which we're already seeing that north wind in Reading at the moment. Let's go back to our Doppler. It's 39 degrees in Redding, feels about 37 with the north wind. So there's a conflict between the model that I use and the model like what KRCR uses. The KRCR app says snow from Redding all the way down to Willows in the next hour. So every news station and everyone, they all use different stuff. So let me see if I use, let's see here, I'll show you. So right now, if you see that, it's snowing in Red Bluff or in Redding. According to KRCR's weather app, it says it's snowing. But, and then if you go to 9 o'clock in the morning, you can see that snow is all the way down in the valley, all the way down. So if you look at my weather app, and well, not my weather app per se, but if you look at my in-house model with my Doppler program, at that exact same time, this is 9:15, this is 9 o'clock. I'm seeing snow where they're seeing snow. So, but it's later on in the morning, right on that back edge of the cell. So, the key part is the north wind. And if we look right now, let me get back out of that. Let me go back to this. Let me pull up winds. So here we can see we're seeing winds out of the southeast. But right when we start coming up here, you can see the winds are starting to change right over Hay Fork and over the mountains. So the winds are starting to change, but they're not there yet. And right on this snow line, you can see which direction, and this is high up in the atmosphere. This is up about 10 meters. So it's pretty good distance. But we're not there yet. Still have hope, but we're just not quite there. If you looking at other Dopplers and other programs, they all show the winds switching in the next hour. That's going to really drive down the temperatures. South winds are warm, north winds are usually really cold. So that is going to be key to seeing snow, especially mixing in, like I hear hail, small hail and ice mixing in this thunderstorm that we're getting right now. So if we look while we're here, let's see, let me turn that off. Let's Let's come in here. Let's load the local reflectivity. Come on. Not gonna load. Are you thinking about it? Not thinking about it? Would you like to use 50/50? Call a friend? There we go. So let's get that to there. So using the Oroville Doppler, if we get an idea, now we have that going. And we can see that we have some thunderstorms mixing in. Everything's kind of moving off to the north. But yeah, I know there's no snow in Redding yet, even though other people are saying that it's seeing snow falling in the upper atmosphere, but by the time it reaches us, I mean, it's still 39 degrees in Redding. But we're seeing that switch. If you see, this says north wind. The direction is winds out of the north at 6. But down here in Chico, it's still southeast at 18 with gusts to 24. In Oroville, it's 17 with gusts to 25. But it's still, even though it's 43 degrees, it feels like it's 39 because of the wind. And even like Yuba City, same thing, 20-mile-per-hour winds, gusts to 32. And it's been pretty windy all night. I can vouch for that. So here at National Storm Center, you can see we're getting poured. Here's my symbol. So it is just absolute pouring right now with some slight hail mixing in. Having a metal awning, I can hear the hail kind of bouncing off it. But at this point, you can see even the one thing I hate about using this part, it doesn't classify what's what. It just says rain, heavy rain. It doesn't classify snow. So that is the only bad part about using this. But so if we go over to the GFS, let's look at the GFS model. And let's see, temperature to P-type. So if we go right now, this is 1 a.m., 4 a.m. You can see the GFS model is picking up on snow at 4 a.m., which we know that's not true because it's not snowing, but it's seeing it in the upper atmosphere. By 7 in the morning, you can see it's picking up on snow pretty much all the way down to the Bay Area, which we definitely know that's not happening. It's that's pretty horrible. But you know, Chico and Oroville, and GFS is normally really accurate. So we have a GFS model, we have a NAM model, we have an HRRR. There's different models that computers simulate. If this happens and this happens, it goes from the point right now, and then it forecasts up. That's what we use to track hurricanes, is what we use to track severe weather. Every computer program sees something a little bit different, but in a lot, they hint at the same thing. But, by 10 a.m., it sees snow in Oroville, Biggs, and Gridley. But I don't see that happening. Let's switch over to the HRRR, and we'll go from an hour ago. Now we'll go up to 7 a.m. So come on, load that. Thank you. You can see the HRRR at 7 in the morning sees heavy rain, which is what is happening. You can start to see pockets of snow right on the mountains. You can see that it's picking up on a little snow falling on the top of the Sutter Buttes, which it's starting to get light out, but can't really see much, or can't really see the Sutter Buttes yet. Let's see, snowing really good in North Reading on Lake Boulevard and Oasis. So we are seeing that switch, and a lot of that has to do with the wind direction. We have a north wind, so that's very key. So if you're seeing it snowing in Reading, it's because of the wind direction. It's already to the north. We need that to happen for the rest of the valley as well. So we're still seeing a south wind for Chico and Oroville. So very key, very, very key for that to happen. But in the next hour, so at 8 o'clock, you can see Doppler picking up on some snow showers near Red Bluff, Los Molinos, Corning, down on the north end of Willows. And let's see. So, and then, especially Colusa, Sutter Butte, still seeing that snow, and that's in the 8 o'clock hour. 9 o'clock, starting to see some snow here near Gridley and Live Oak. Same in Orland and Corning. Right outside of Chico, Paradise seeing it, Oroville kind of getting in on it, Palermo. So some models are really indicating something a little different, but pretty much the same thing. By the time the wind really switches to the north, a lot of the precipitation is gone. So a lot of the forecasts that we were seeing was seeing that by the time Crystal, by the time they start doing it, they'll probably already be in school. This is 9 o'clock. So, and, it kind of mixes in. So our best chance is later on. You can see how heavy this precip is. I mean, this is pouring. These are downpours. So with the downpours, it really starts cooling. That's what the cooling effect is. So, and right on the back half of this, we get that north wind. So that's really what we're looking for, is the winds to switch. But we'll go ahead and kill this program here. We'll go back to real time. See, real time isn't picking up on those. You can see the flurries are real close to Redding, but the Doppler isn't picking up on them. If I look at my other app, it's picking up on it. I'm looking at snow right now in Redding. From Redding all the way down to almost Anderson. So 273 seeing snow. 144, 299. The city of Shasta Lake seeing snow. So if you look, there's Redding seeing snow almost all the way to Anderson. So, and that's live. So different weather programs use different forecasts, but this one isn't picking up on it. Others are. And Brian in Redding is saying that it is snowing at Lake Boulevard and Oasis. So I will take someone who's there word over the Doppler. And that Doppler that I'm using on my phone is picking up on the snow. Looks like we're going to get an update here in a second. But appreciate everyone tuning in. Like I said, I'm pretty much going to get everything ready and head out and do some live streaming from in the vehicle and try to catch some snow here in the valley. So, I got a couple friends that are out along Interstate 5 right now and heading up into areas. That's why my phone was dinging so much. So I'm going to try to cover a huge area today. With only one of me, it's hard to be everywhere, but I'm going to try. Yep, no snow in Red Bluff yet. I think Red Bluff would probably be its best chance. Red Bluff. It's going to be in the next hour, 2 hours, right on the back edge of the cell. So that's going to be the best time. It's thunderstorming here. You can see the tracks. So there's a thunderstorm here heading east at 22 miles an hour, going through Willows. We have this one that's kind of moving to the north, which if we look, let's take a look and see. Come on. This Doppler just is so slow today. It's starting out that way. Come on. All right. Now it'll probably load better. There we go. So if we look at the velocity, not really seeing a whole lot of rotation with this cell in any of these thunderstorms. I see but you can see winds going toward the Doppler and then away from the Doppler. Not really seeing anything with these thunderstorms, but I see my buddy right here heading on 162. It shows me his direction and which way he's going with the arrow. Looks like he's heading up to the snow, which, and then mine will eventually change. So as I'm out traveling, trying to catch some snow, then my marker will move as well. Got way too much snow in Clear Creek. Just rain in Loma Rica. Yeah, I can see the rain, but it's eventually going to change. We're hoping. So, well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and kill the feed. I'm going to get ready and get my boots on and get ready to go out and do some live shots out. So you'll probably see this go back live again, and that will be once I'm in the car and driving around and trying to catch some snow. So snow flurries in West Reading just started. Yeah, I can see the flurries in West Reading. I can see that happening. You see, it's already dropped 3 degrees. Before it was 39. Now it's 36, and it feels like 34 with that north wind. So starting to see a lot of that mix already coming in. So I would agree with that statement. Snow levels are dropping with the north wind. So, and they will continue to drop as this cell pushes on through. But as you can see, the end of precipitation's right in here. And this will pretty much be over and past Reading in the next 2 hours. So you don't have very much time left to really see anything over a huge amount of time. And with the grounds being so wet from all the rain all night, by the time that snow hits, it's not really going to stick. You're going to see it falling, but by the time it hits the ground, it's going to be melted. So you got to have your energy drink in the morning because it's going to be an exciting day. But if you're new, I'd like to welcome you to National Storm Center. I've gotten 1,000 new followers between yesterday and today. So if you're new here, welcome. Hope to get to know you a lot better from the lives and everything. But definitely want to welcome everyone in, especially if you're new. I see a lot of my viewers reached from commenting and everything. I think I have like 300, 400 new top followers just from interacting and stuff like that. So definitely appreciate all the interaction. And I think I pretty much said everything about 4 times. So I if anyone has any questions, like I said, I'll go ahead and answer anything, and then I'm gonna jump off and hop in the vehicle and get ready to do some live shots. So we'll drive around and see the rain and nothing coming in. Let's get one last look at the. So my phone is picking up on snow almost to the airport now. My phone shows Reading area all the way down almost to the airport, getting close to Anderson. So this Doppler isn't picking up on that, but my phone is. My phone uses a different program. Came in late. What about Orland? Orland, let's see. I'll go off of my phone. The best chance is right at 9 o'clock for Orland. If you see, there's Orland, there's Corning, there's Orland. It's picking up on some snow showers right on the back half at about 9 o'clock, Kimberly. So still have about another hour and a half before that happens. But the snow levels are dropping with the north wind. So right now we're seeing a lot of south winds over the valley. That switches on the back half of the storm. That's why we're now seeing it snowing in Reading. The north winds will continue to drop and push down. So the best chance is for Orland and Corning, especially Chico and Oroville, will be later on in the morning with the north winds. Currently still seeing a south wind. So feels like 34 with a north wind at 7 miles an hour in Reading right now. Still a southeast wind at 21 in Chico. Still a south wind. That's now south. It was southeast, but the winds are now out of the south at 14 in Oroville. Winds out of the southeast down further. So you can see it's going like this. And then, so toward the end of the valley, it's coming back down and heading out of the north. So that's what we're waiting for. South wind, north wind. So you can see there's a, in between Red Bluff and Reading, it switches direction. And that's why it's snowing in Reading. And you can see the snow mixing in right along the edge of the valley. This is all looking at a north wind. So right as this front will move on through, that's the best chances we're going to get at seeing snow. Let's go back to this. Let's see if there's any changes. That's preset. There we go. So 7 a.m. Let's go to the 8 o'clock hour. 8 o'clock hour shows some mix in Corning, some mix in Los Molinos, Looks like some mix happening with some snow showers south of Orland in the 8 o'clock hour. Same going down 45 and 32. Actually, yes, this 45 and 162. Can see some snow flurries mixing in the Colusa area. Looks like we're going to see some precip in the Sutter Buttes. And nothing until this is right at the 9 o'clock hour, 9 a.m. Corning, Orland, Hamilton City. So I-5 and 32 going toward Chico. And 99, seeing some mixing snow heading down 99, especially near Butte College. Seeing that snow at about 9 o'clock. Doppler picking up on snow showers at about 9 in Oroville and Palermo, and some pockets here near Gridley and Live Oak, but not making it all the way to Yuba City. You can see it's pretty much stopping pretty much near this shift in the road. This is Lomo Crossing. So it's pretty much right at the Lomo Crossing on 99. Well, I say Lomo Crossing, but if you don't know what Lomo Crossing it is pretty much where Pasquini's restaurant is. By 10 o'clock, everything is more concentrated to the north. Chico, Paradise, now outside of Oroville, but we're starting to see it pretty much from 32 down 45 to in between 45, or sorry, between 162 and 32. By 11 o'clock, it's gone. It's just showers on the back half. By noon, everything is pretty much in the foothills with some lingering showers west of Gridley. What is that? Oh, that's that with that cell. So but that being said, let's see. West, let's see. It's raining here. So here in Gridley, where I am, it is absolutely dumping right now. So all the snow showers, like Red Bluff, doesn't really start picking up on snow until 10 o'clock. If you look at that, that pretty much says Red Bluff, Redding at 10. But this one doesn't pick up on a whole lot. Like it is 9:10 when it starts seeing it in Oroville. And there's Redding. So everything starts changing with that north wind. So we'll just have to continue to see what happens as we go through. Might see a chance of some snow showers mixing in Loma Rica, especially as the morning presses on. This is 10 o'clock. So, and you can see how heavy the rain is. I mean, this is heavy, heavy rain. So we'll just have to see what happens. You're more than welcome, Brianna. Aren't you supposed to be at work? Oh. Nope. Someone's playing hooky today, maybe? But somebody's supposed to be working. It's 7:25 in the morning. Walking out the door. Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting ready to walk out the door too and start going live and try to catch some snow in the valley. But trying to look at different forecasts to catch some snow. Well, don't get too wet, Brianna, walking from your house out to your car. And then drive safe going to work. Still some pretty heavy precip here in the valley at the moment. So some really strong rain showers along I-5 between Orland and Willows. Some heavy precip in Chico, Durham. Seeing that mix now in Paradise. If you can see the snow line is now including Paradise and pretty much near Yankee Hill and on Highway 70. This probably does include Concow area. So we're starting to see that snow drop. And as time gets further, should really start to see that drop as well. So not quite there yet. So still seeing that snow showers in the city of Shasta Lake right now. And it's picking up on more snow showers on 299 dropping into Redding. So it's 36, it feels like 34. So you're going to start seeing a lot more of that mix in with that north wind. So you'll start seeing a lot more snow flurries throughout Redding with that north wind. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and kill the feed, and hope to see you as I'm out chasing and trying to catch some snow in the vehicle. So probably be about another 20-30 minutes, and then I should be live again in the car. So hope to see you guys then. Appreciate everyone tuning in.